I'm going to start off first here, okay? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stay on that same trend and topic. I'm going to go, actually, believe it or not, I'm going to go Mike Norvell. Because I do think, because since I picked them to get into the playoff and there to be a potential rematch between LSU and Florida State, from where Florida State came to get into the playoff, he would win it. He would win it over Saban. He'd win it over Kirby. He'd win it over Brian Kelly. The only other way that Mike Norvell, in my prediction of them getting to a playoff, the way that he wouldn't win it is if a new coach did get in it, like a Coach McGuire at Texas Tech, or if Sark, for the love of God, please, Jesus, I hope this doesn't happen, but if Texas got into a playoff, okay?
Right.
Hey, he would probably win it. I do think because Mike Norvell and this team can win the playoff and win 10, 11 games, I do think he's got a chance. I'm going to double down with two Florida State dudes. I'm going to go Mike Norvell as winning that award for me.
Well, this show is a damn echo chamber because I also wrote down Mike Norvell, and now I feel like a total hack that we wrote down the same names. Yeah, that's my thing here is in running theme that I went with and picked guys that fit the line of what ended up being my college football playoff. And we've seen that happen over the past few years since the playoffs inception, is that a lot of times those that are picked are because they're a part of the best teams, because they're a part of the storylines. Their name is constantly in the headlines. And if Florida State, which is a nationally recognized and rooted for brand in college football, gets back to the college football playoff, wins the ACC, and puts himself in this position to compete for a national title, you can bet your ass that Mike Norvell's winning this award. I don't think that there will be a more I don't want to say unanimous because I don't know if it's going to be unanimous, but an easier decision for the media to make than just to pick Mike Norvell. It makes too much sense. And you could have Brian Kelly go undefeated, and I wouldn't be shocked if Mike Norvell doesn't come out and win this award because they love the storyline so much. They just love to pick guys like that.
Well, not only that, they normally give it to new head coaches, aka Sonny Dykes. Like the truth, Kirby Smart should have won the award last year.
Yes.
Sonny Dykes won it.
Yes.
Even though Sonny Dykes literally just lost and got his teeth kicked in by Kansas State.
Sonny Dykes deserved.
They should have given it to Kirby Smart, and
Sonny Dykes deserved to win that award. Come on now.
Joe, that accomplishment. They played jars of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches outside, and meanwhile Kirby's just kicking everybody's ass.
He got TCU to a national championship.
And lost by 65 points.
Look, we don't need to pay attention to what the final score was of the game. That game didn't happen. That game didn't happen. He still got TCU.
Who's the national champion?
That's even more of an accomplishment. He got a team that clearly did not belong in a national championship to the national championship. That is an accomplishment, Blake.
You know who's a dark horse for me to win this?
Who?
Harbaugh. Let me tell you why it's a dark horse. If they go undefeated in the Big Ten again, at some point they're going to have to vote him to win the Coach of the Year award. Nobody talks about Harbaugh, man. Nobody likes to talk about Harbaugh. But, Joe, if they go undefeated, man.
Can I put this out there? I actually feel like the media does not like Harbaugh. And, I mean, I'm one of those people that I don't like Harbaugh. I don't.
Well, but the khakis and the stuff that he does, I don't know why the media hates him. Like, why do they hate him?
He's kind of a difficult person from what I've seen, but they don't like him. And they were quick to call for his firing when he wasn't beating Ohio State. And then they were quick to report on his interest in leaving for the NFL. They have never given him the benefit of the doubt. I agree with you. I think he should win the award if they win the Big Ten again and they go undefeated, but I feel like he might have some powers working against him. One more name just throw out there, Kalen DeBoer. I think that Kalen DeBoer, if they win the Pac-12, that's a slam dunk.
Oh, that's a interesting one. That's an interesting one. You know who else I think could win it, and you're not going to like this?
Who?
I do think that there's a chance that Dabo gets back in the playoff, though.
And you think that actually that does. I mean, if he brings them back to the playoff, that's
if offensively they figured it out. Look, everybody and their mama, Joe, let me tell you something. Everybody and their mama is saying, okay, that they don't have weapons on the outside. I completely disagree with that. I 1000% disagree with that. Okay. Mainly just due to the fact that they did not have an look, offensively, they sucked last year.
It was terrible play calling, and there hasn't been any development in the receiver room. So it's really easy to make that claim, and I'm happily going to easily make that claim. But I need to see something before I can admit that they've got some receivers. If they come out firing and Riley gets them all set up and they're rolling, absolutely, man. Like I don't disagree with that. That's been my whole take.